Okay then. Yep. I believe I should have a louder mic today. It's an old. It sounds louder. It's an old mic. So welcome in, everyone. I just need Hob and Hob to choose a car. I'm gonna turn my mic down a little bit because I think it is slightly loud. I hope that's okay. I'm gonna quickly check with my PC.
I hope that's okay.
It seems still a bit loud. But I say, oh, that's close. Hold on, I need you in a car. But I think we're going to get ready to go. 20's coming. Right. I'm going to send out a message. We need to get going. Alright, so we're getting on the way. Hello, Jens. My mic is a bit louder today. I've having some issues before, so I'm hoping it's not too loud. Let me know. Let me know in chat.
I'm hoping it's not too loud. Let me know.
I need to have a look what it'd be like compared to the game audio. So I'm going to quickly take it down a little bit more because it sounds quite loud to me. I think that'll be okay. Fine for you. Before I was told it was a bit quiet, so I'm hoping everyone can hear me a bit better. It's a different headset, so we'll see. But we are getting on the way. So it is now my turn to take over for this commentary. So my file's corrupted. Hold on. Let's go. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Charging League Racing. My name is GingerNut1007, better known as Cal, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to round 3 of season 4, coming to you from the iconic Bahrain Grand Prix. First hosting a Grand Prix in 2004, the Bahrain International Circuit is a true gem in the Middle Eastern desert. Of this 5.412 kilometers, you can hear it. Jen's shush. I'm gonna mute that. It's featuring 29 laps of today's race, and it is a challenging mix of priorities of low-speed corners and medium speed, while offering the drivers the thrill of the DRS battles down the 3 long straights. These DRS zones will include crucial overtakes and defending as competitors push the limits to gain a competitive edge. Strategists will also have their work cut out today for them, though, with a pit stop taking around 23 seconds, and the possibility of split strategies come into play. Some drivers are going to be opting for the longevity of the hard compound, while others are going to try and gamble with the softs and extra pace at the start, or even at the end. Time management and timing today could be crucial in deciding the factors. In CLR's history at Bahrain, we've seen some incredible performances, including the first ever CLR round of Season 1, Round 1, which was on a Thursday, and it was won by the weirdo that no one's ever heard of before, Sleepy Sloth, and he claimed that with victory. Quite a dominant win. Another dominant win was by Nivi in Round 14 of Season 3, that's Thursday tier. And some other weirdo that no one's ever heard of is Jens in Round 12 of Friday tier, Season 3. Will we see a repeat winner? Obviously it won't be Sloth, but Nivi and Jens are here today, so we could see a repeat winner between them two. Or will we see a new name rise to the top? Maybe Skull, Racebrower, or even the name of Domi, who we haven't seen out on track this season, but he thinks he's a good, quick driver, apart from Bahrain. He said it isn't his best track, but I think he'll be up there. So let's strap in and get ready for what promises to be a thrilling race on the floodlights of Bahrain. I don't know how many floodlights there are. I knew for Abu Dhabi, but I don't know here. But we are going to get underway. Quick look in the chat. We have Sloth here. He's very happy to be here. And the weatherman in chat is saying it's a wet race. Apparently it's a wet race. Is that actually true? I'm going to check the Discord, because I think everyone will be absolutely losing it if it's a wet race. We need 20 needing the invite, so we'll send him a quick little invite. And then there's a couple of drivers on track, so we're going to go see them. So, let me get my telemetry sorted. Who have we got? First out on track is the Mercedes. That's Hump. For me, that's really loud. I'm going to quickly check on the Twitch. It seems okay. Yeah? Yeah, that will do. I'm happy with that. I'm going to turn my audio down because it's actually screaming this lovely Mercedes engine. It's a joke. We're in the desert and it's raining. It's going to be hard rain then. But we are going to be looking at Humph in the Mercedes heading down to start his first quali lap and the first driver to start a lap. So, we are going towards turn 1 in this Mercedes. It's a very, quite a sharp turn. And it's quite almost like a hairpin kind of design as he takes the curb very nicely. A little bit of a bump in that Mercedes car, but he gets it going into turn 2. Very quickly followed by turn 3. You need to make sure you hit that curb as aggressive as you can and once. But that's good from him. Good first sector in towards turn 4 now. We're going to head toward the end of sector 1. His sector time is going to be a 28.3, which is quite an impressive first sector time. But I think he'll be looking for improvement as we head into the heart of the lap now. Turn 8. He is flying through here. Takes the curve. We're going to go on board with the Mercedes driver. And quickly mute my Discord. There we go. And we're going to head to turn 9 and 10. Quite easy to lock up here. And he takes it pretty well. Avoids the curb on the inside. You probably want to take the curb, but he has managed it, so he's alright. As he now flies down this straight towards turn 11, the long sweeping left. Is he going to take the inside curb? Of course he is. It's the best way to go through this part of the track. And we're going to fly through. Now into turn 12, now 13. It's quite a quick track this. It's a lot of flat out corners, but we have to remember the compromise of the slow speed and the high speed straight. So it's quite a hard strategy, and we spoke about it, setup, especially with the rain that the weatherman has apparently said is going to come. But at the moment, we're watching Humph as he's going to be the first driver to come across the line, and he is going to set, it looks like a 128.3. So he'll be looking to improve from that. It isn't his quickest lap. I think he'll improve. This is just a banker, so we'll see where he goes from there. Aston Martin of MJB come across the line to start a lap. We're going to send him 20 another invite, just in case he's having an issue by his end. And I'll have a quick check. Doesn't look like it, so we're okay. Alright, we'll continue on. So, who is the next across the line? It was Nivi. Nivi, a previous winner here, has gone P1, but then is instantly been denied by Boomba, going 4/10 quicker in that McLaren. Impressive lap time from the McLaren driver of Boomba. He's going to be happy with that. He's not the best qualifier, I don't believe, but he is a good race driver. And oh, Jens as well. Another previous winner here, as we spoke about in the start before the qualifying. He's just beating the other previous winner of Nivi. And Camilu's chucked it up behind Hump, 7/10 off the pace off of Boomba, who's done a 27.7 at the moment. And Furious Appy, who looks like he did one bank lap and abandoned, and is going for another lap now. He's already 2 seconds up on his lap time. We then have the only other person on a flying lap will be MJB, who sets purple sector 2, and is on for a very quick lap. We know he's a quick driver. Round one up in, where were we round 1? I can't even remember. That's bad. Maybe Brazil? I think that was Friday tier. But he won round 1. Got disqualified last time out for spinning across the line. So he won't make that mistake this time. But is he going to set a quick quali lap? It is a quick quali lap. 127.9. But it's still off that very high benchmark of Boomba, who done a 27.7. So very good lap from Boomba. He's going to be absolutely chuffed with that. As Nivi comes in the pit lane after his bank lap. And yeah, there goes Furious Appy. Huge improvement. 9.5 second improvement. I'm going to very quickly turn off my Xbox telemetry because I can't see the timings. That's better. And we are now going to look towards one of the Williams driver. This Williams driver is Reggie number 1, or Reggie F1. Lovely man, part of the FRA team. Been here for almost second season now. Starting the second season with the FRA team. And his first season in the Williams with his very friendly friend, George Gamer from Luton. So the two Williams drivers, they're going to be looking for a good result this time out. Heading into round 20, can't get a seat. Sorry. Not sure why. So, Oh, who's that? That's Reg. He's going very slowly through turn 8 there. I'm going to just quickly see if there's any issues, because there seems to be a couple of issues. But yeah, moving back on. It was Austria that MJB won, and he got disqualified for spinning across the line into round 2. So he's going to be looking for improvement in round 3, as Enelor Norgard in the Kicksauber, teammate of Racebrower, has just put the car up to P7. So a good banker lap, should be looking to improve for sure in that lovely green Kicksauber. But a lot of our drivers come into the pit lane. A lot of drivers yet to set a lap. Some of them are George, Reg, who's invalidated, and Set Raceblower. So he is coming through turn 8 now in the heart of sector 2, heading towards the corner, which is very easy to lock up. Very experienced driver. So will he lock up here? A small lock up, but he keeps it going. Keeps it on the track as we go into the second DRS straight now. Quite a long one. Not as long as the main straight, but he's going to be flying down towards turn 11. Getting ready to get into get into sector 3 as he has a little bit of a tank slapper into turn 11. Little bit of a braking at the rear locking as we go into turn 12 into the start of sector 3 through turn 13. Another long straight here before the final 2 turns of 14 and 15. He's going to be absolutely flying down here. Turn 14, and then the kink of turn 15. Is he going to be setting competitive lap time? It does look like it. It might be up there with a good provisional lap. Oh, 4 tenths off the pace, still off Boomba. George Gamer though, he's the one that's got the closest to Boomba at the moment. P2 in that Williams, 1 tenth off. So he's just beaten MJB. As the person who thinks he's not a qualifier, sets a very good qualifying lap. I think, though, his teammate Reggie has given him a tow, and then George has given Reggie a tow in return as Reg goes purple sector 1. I don't want to miss anyone on any laps. I don't think I have, apart from Bubba, who is currently in P10. But Reggie's got a purple sector 1, heading towards turn 10. Will he be able to keep this high lap time? We will see. We're going to quickly jump to your boy Hobnob, who's racing on the captain, and he's not beating his teammate, but is the next closest driver. So he is 300ths off of his teammate. McLaren 1-2 at the moment. We've seen that before back in season 1 with myself actually and Sleepy Sloth, the 2 McLaren drivers which won the constructors that year and haven't been actually up there for quite a while in Thursday tier, but they are back again for season 4, P1 and 2. So Stella, he's going to be absolutely laughing in that pit box. A very good result in qualifying at the moment as we're only a couple of minutes in as Hobnob goes off the track just to let some drivers past. We're going to jump back to Reg, who has gone P12, 1.1 off the pace, so he's clearly made a mistake after sector 1 where he set purple lap time. And someone else has just gone up the board, and that is Set Domi. So Set Domi and Set Racebrower, which is a lot very similar, but Domi has gone purple sector 3, so he's going to be absolutely chuffed with that, as he is now P5, 2 tenths off the pace. Boomba's lap time as a banker lap is absolutely insane. I think he's going to be very happy with that, actually. Who haven't we seen yet? Camila we haven't seen yet. He's coming into the pit lane. He is still P6. Who else is on a lap? There is a Haas, and that is of Nivi, who's on an out lap. And then the Red Bull, that's Appy. He's on an out lap. Mercedes, Skull. Skull's the next driver on the lap, but he's one second off the pace, so he's not improving. And then the 2 McLarens, one on out lap. There's no one on a lap. No one's on a lap. They're all getting ready. They're all getting ready towards the end of the session to set a better lap time as quick as they can. Fresh tyres and all that. Reg is going really slowly. I'm not sure what. Oh, he's out of fuel. Reg is out of fuel. I've caught him. Caught you red-handed, Reg. Out of fuel on a quali lap. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Oh dear, Reggie. Oh dear. Anyway, we're not gonna frame and shame you, and we're going to move to Domi, who looks to be on a cooldown lap, but he's pushing quite hard with a little lock up there into turn 13. He's pushing quite hard, getting ready for another lap, going past that stricken Williams on the side of the track, but in towards turn 14, now 15, he'll probably put his ERS on, fuel mode on. No, he's not. He's going to put it into pit lane. Of course he is. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Domi. Anyway, who haven't we seen yet? This is the man we haven't seen. The Dutchman, the Drift Master, Psycho Lemmy. He hasn't set a lap time yet. I think last week he actually didn't set probably his best result. As yeah, he went P11 and it was disqualified in race 1. So if you want to, I'll pronounce Ellie. We're going to pronounce the Kicksauber as Ellie. So I need Sloth on that, if you don't mind, please. If Sloth's in chat, if you can quickly have a look on the Discord. We're going to pronounce the Kicksauber's name as Ellie. That's what she wants. That's what we'll do. Because I'm very bad at pronunciations, as I can't even say the word itself. So that shows a lot. But anyway, we're going to move back on to the racing action as Psycho Lemmy is starting his lap in towards the second straight now, past turn 3. And he is flying as the Hassle of Nivy just jumps out the way. Looks like he's on a... What's Nivy on? He's on an out lap, I believe. Well, it says he's on a flying lap, but I think he's just warming up again. But Psycho Lemmy showing what he can do and goes purple sector 1, but goes wide in sector 2. Doesn't get invalidated, so the FAA on track believe that was a okay result. But he does abandon the lap. You can see that rain light flashing, which means he has turned off his energy. And that probably means that'll be that lap over. So he's going to save up and go again. Next, we have Furious Appy. He's improved, so he was 2 seconds off the pace. He's now 1.5, so he's getting there. Furious Appy is closing in on the pack. He's not normally the best qualifier in the world, Furious Appy, but he can be quite a good racer. We have seen a few times, if he's consistent, he does actually start going up there with a couple of the mid-packs, sometimes the top pack, but if he's consistent, we might see him up there once again. We're going to have a quick jump back to the current pole sitter of Boomba provisionally with 5 minutes remaining in the session. He's currently 2 seconds off his first lap time. So yeah, as you can see, red light flashing again means he's slowing down. I can see that, Jens. Yeah, I can see this. I can see you've highlighted your message with your channel points, which if you watch long enough, you get extra channel points. So make sure you tune in. I think a follow also gives you extra channel points. So if you want to drop a follow in Twitch chat, you get extra channel points and you can have your highlight message. Jens says he's on 11,000 channel points. Well done, Jens. Not Reg, Jens. Well done, Jens. I'm proud of you for getting that many. Who else we got? At the moment, everyone set a lap. Lemmy was the only one that has abandoned his lap and he's currently off track. So he's going to be saving his battery, saving his fuel, and getting ready to go again. As his first lap was wasn't invalidated, but it wasn't up to his standard. He decided to abandon it. The only person we have left who's currently setting a flyer is Camilo. And we have just caught Camilo into turn 4 with a huge lockup, running off wide. He was 4 tenths up, which would actually put him in pole position, and that is now nothing. He is now 4 seconds off with a very horrible flat spot on one of those tyres. So he's going to have to come in, refuel, and get out again within 3.5 minutes. It's possible, but he's going to be very, very careful. If only, if only those points were translated in actual CLR points. That would be great for you, Jens, wouldn't it? That would be good for you. Currently on what you want at the moment. Should we have a look, Jens? Should we naming frame you on the standings? So Jens, on Thursday tier, in the Alpine, has gone 7th and 4th, which would be, that is with the CLR point system, 22 points, which puts him P7. Still ahead of his teammate, actually, who is currently in P10, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Is he in P10? Yeah, his teammate of Max Tier is in P10. He's currently in Egypt at the moment, if you're wondering where Max Tier is. He's in Egypt, so he isn't at his rig, and he can't play F1. So he's having a lovely holiday, and he's got me in charge to watch this race. Obviously, Sleepy Sloth, the current caretaker. He's the old commentator. He might still be in chat, I'm not sure. He's probably asleep, to be honest, as always. But no, it's okay. He is probably away, doing his own little thing in his own little world. So we're going to continue watching this racing action, as it looks like everyone seems to be getting back out on track with 2.5 minutes remaining in the session. So qualifying is coming to an end. 18-minute session comes around quite quickly and ends quite quickly. It's a close grid. Up to P12 is covered just over by 7 tenths, and that is by Ellie in the Kicksauber. And I'm going to try and remember it's Ellie and not going to butcher your name again, because that... And the same for everyone else. If there's a nickname you want me to call you, feel free, because I will butcher your name. Otherwise, I am not good with names at all. But at the moment, Bubba looks like he might be starting a lap, but he's going to have quite a bit of traffic. And do they get out of the way? Of course they get out of the way. They're lovely people. They're going to jump out of the way. They don't want to hold people up, as they let Bubba in that beautiful V-carb get past. I'm going to quickly send his teammate another invite, just in case he's still online, and he is looking for one. I think he's in the lobby. Just want to make sure, because I don't want him to miss out, you know. But that is now everyone on an out lap, except for the McLaren. So Boomba is on an out lap now. He is on an out lap. So Boomba's going to be putting it quite close, with a minute 36 to get around the track. It's a minute 27 lap time. So he's got to push those tyres to get round. So he should be okay. He's got 10 seconds of slack to get round, which is tight. It's not what he wanted, but that is what he's got, so he has to put up with that. As we're going to watch, and we haven't watched much within qualies, and that is Ellie. So she is in the kick Sauber. She is flying down towards turn 4, taking that outside curb very nicely onto the inside curb. Very well there. Into the nice tight section of 5, 6, then 7. Takes 5, now 6, into 7. Very nicely. She is hooking this up very, very well in towards turn 8. Takes it very nice again. She is really doing a good lap here. We might see her popping it up towards the top end of the timing sheets as we go towards turn 9. Now 10, just about misses the apex. Should be okay, still be improvement for our 7/10 off at the moment. Now we're flying down the third DRS straight, the final DRS straight, before we come to the end of her lap. So, part of sector 2 now. Touches the curb, a little bit of traction loss as you heard the engine just lose it a little bit, but she keeps it going. She takes that curb very bravely, very nice. 4/10 improvement currently on the delta time. Map says there's a purple sector 2. It's not always true, but it could be, because that is a very big improvement as we are now heading down towards turn 14. She's going to take the curb very nicely onto the outside curb into this little nick of 15, using everything she's got left in this car. Fuel, battery, everything, DRS, and that's a big improvement. 6/10 improvement for Ellie, and she goes P6, just under 2 tenths off the pace, so she's actually really, really close, but P6, so she's got the pace, she just needs a little bit high positions, which can come in towards the race. Next across the line is Camilo, proved by just under 1/10, and it puts in P8. Quicker people are coming across the line though, and they are the Williams drivers. The first one is George Gamer in P4, then we have Reggie, George Gamer, who goes P1, improves, and so does Reggie, but George Gamer is the one that goes into P1 provisionally. We're going to have a look at another driver, and that is Domi, who then takes P1, a very good lap, 27.4, so George's P1 provisional has already been taken away from him. But then there's another driver, and that's SET Race Pro coming across the line. Does improve by 2/10, but he's still 6/10 off the pace, being beaten by his teammate of Ellie, puts his car into P10. Then we have another car of the V-Carb, that is Bubba, and he doesn't improve. It was the Aston Martin of MJB who comes across the line. He improves, but he doesn't improve position. Still on P4. Then we have Jens, doesn't improve position. Next is another Ferrari of Lemmy, and he doesn't improve. Not enough to improve positions. Then we have your boy Hobnob. He goes up to P2 provisionally. Nivi comes across the line into P4. Then we have the next Mercedes of Humph, I believe. Or maybe that was Skoll. That was Humph. And Boomber improved as well. So I think that's almost like quali over, as Ellie is set our lap, and that is it. So that is quali over. Set Domi is our pole sitter at the moment with a 127.433. So Set Domi, very good lap. We haven't seen him on track ever in CLR. This is the first time, and he is already showing the capabilities he has in that Red Bull car. Then we have the front row is locked out by your boy Hobnob in the McLaren, closely followed by his teammate of Boomba, then the Williams of George Gamer and Nivi, which falls up your lovely top 5 in that Toyota Haas. We then have MJB in the Aston, Skoll and Ellie, Jens, Camilo, Race Brower, Humph, Reg, Bubba, Lemmy, and then finally Furious Appy, who's just 5/10 off of Lemmy, so he's nearly there. We may have the V-Carb of 20, Ricciardo, joining in near the beginning of the race, I believe, if he can get his game to sort itself out. There's always issues with this game, and it looks like there is one for Ricciardo in the V-Car at the moment. So Bubba, he's going to be putting that V-Car by himself here today to try and get the best result he can. For V-Carb, they are currently, after round 2, if it loads, they are P7 with 8 points. So they're joint with Lemmy and Camilo in the Ferraris. So 7th and 8th are joint on points. And they're 12 points behind the Kick Saubers of Ellie and the Race Power. So really, Bubble wants to beat them both. But Ellie and Racer on P8 and 11 respectively do seem quite quick. I'm going to throw in a minute 30 advert between the quali and race. And I'll see you towards the formation up. However, I am going to continue talking because not all of you get that lovely advert. So I'm going to have to continue going. So what are we doing? We are getting ready. The drivers are setting their fuel. They're setting their tyres, in which it might be raining, as the weatherman has said. So we might see inters off the start, or we might see some dries off the start. And it might then go to inters, then might go to dry again. That is the unknown in Formula 1. The weather changes from this to that instantly. From rain to dry, then back to rain. Especially in the desert, we can get some serious downfalls of rain. So will we see full wets coming out? Maybe. We might see that. Or will we see inters on a full wet track? So people start to struggle. And people trying to go for the wets on the inters track. And then inters on wets track. And they're just trying to get that competitive advantage. And it looks like Jens is saying it's full dry, so he's waffling. He's lied to me. My weatherman has lied to me. I'm not appreciating that. Thank you for that. But we had a little chat about the rain. Anyway, we're literally in the desert. Well, you said it's raining, and I did believe you, Jens, because I have to believe you. I have to believe you. I've been tricked by Jens once again. So we're going to stop talking about that because he's tricked me on the stream, so shame on you, Jens. Shame on you. I could put you on timeout. I'm joking. I'm not going to put you on timeout. But good luck today, Jens. Have a good race. But we're going to get ready, as we're still waiting for the drivers to get going. That sounds like the tick for race start. So the lights are going to get ready to send our drivers on a formation lap as the advert just rounds off. So if you had an advert, welcome back. Here's the formation lap. I timed that to absolute perfection here. We're going to get our lovely telemetries up. What do we need? We need this. We're going to put the position change. And we're going to have a quick check on tyres. So that is interesting. That is interesting we have. So we have a couple of hard runners. Dommy. We have your boy Hobnob, MJB, Skull and Ragebrower on the hards. So at the start we spoke about the hards maybe coming from the start. And we have seen it. We've also seen the softs at the start of Boomba. We have Camilo. You have a Ferrari of Lemmy. Furious Appy in 20. So 20 has made it. He's in the wrong car. But I think because he was joined in late, it just boots him in any car. So he's in the Aston Martin. It's just on a move on Lemmy under the safe formation app, which was interesting. The 20 is here and he is on softs. And then everyone else, George Gamer, Nivi, Ellie, Jens, Humph, Reg and Bubba are on the medium compound of tyre. So, we've seen a mix. We're going to see some strategies probably coming to an advantage. But the one I'm interested in is Nivi. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. I always think Nivi is always quite a competitive one. He's always up there. He's always up there. He's never a mid-pack. He's never a bottom pack. He's always up there. And I think whatever he's doing will be a good call. But we'll have to wait and see. We have 29 laps ahead of us. In 29 laps, anything can change. So, as we are coming in towards the end of the formation lap, Boomba's going to be licking his lips with the two hard runners ahead of him, who are weaving like never before. As Dommy just driving into one of the, what are they called, bollards? I think they're bollards, the polystyrene barriers things, those speed things. It says start braking here, or you're going to go straight on. So Dommy hits that, but he is coming across the line now in towards his starting position of P1. Then we have your boy Hobnob, Boomba, George, Nivi, MJB, Skull, Enelor, Jens, Camilo, Set Lacebrower, Humph, Reg, Bubba, Lemmy, Furious Appy, and 20, who's going to round off our grid. No, it's not. It's going to be Lemmy. No, it's not. It's going to be Furious Appy. Even though 20's at the back, Furious Appy is going to round off our grid into P16, as 20's already there. But here we go. We are getting ready for the 5 red lights now. Or not. We're not. Okay. But now we are. So we're getting ready for the 5 red lights to turn on in now as we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it is foot to floor and pure adrenaline as our drivers are flying towards turn 1. Already Boomba looking for a move on the outside, and he's already done both the hard compound tyres from P3 to P1 as Dommy sends it up the inside of turn 1. McLaren drives very close, and Dommy squeezes the McLaren of Boomba. There's a lot of action at the front as it looks like a Red Bull. Dommy's one flying off track, done like Nikita's Madispin, and it's looked Boomba up to the top. Hobnob right behind in P2 at the moment, so he hasn't lost or gained. But George Gamer is just giving him a little love tap, and looks like the captain has lost a couple of positions. George Gamer up to P2, Nivy with a blinder of a start up to P3, and Enelor as well with a huge gaining positions of 3 positions. We see 20 and Bubba from the back of the pack heading up to P8 and 9 respectively, and Camilo just goes past MJB. So lots of action at the start. Our Paul Stitcher is down to P12, Skull down to P17, so he's had a shocker of a start as well. So we have seen, well, I said Hobnob had a good start. He's lost 2 positions out of Sector 1. So there's a lot of action. As we move to the back of the pack, looks like Jens has been caught up as he gets past Furious Appy, who has wing damage. So there's a lot of action. A couple of wings flying off as well by the looks of it, as the Red Bulls, respectively, have already fallen down the pack. Looks like Jens has also fallen down the pack. So if Max is in chat, he's not going to be happy to see his teammate down in P14 as he was qualified in P9. So it was a good result from him. But we are more interested with Boomba, who is already 1.2 seconds ahead of the pack on those soft compound tyres. He is absolutely flying, doing a 133 off of the line in towards lap 2. But as I get rid of that by accident, Enelor has just been done by Camilo, but she's going to put up a fight on the outside of turn 1. No, she's not. Camilo is passed up into P5. And MJB, who very much just drives into Enelor, nearly goes into ghost mode. Bubba's going to look for a move, going through MJB. So that move that MJB tried to make has ended up bringing him down a position. But he's not going to be happy with that. He's now down with his teammate, Ricciardo. No, sorry, Ricciardo isn't his teammate. He's in the wrong car. So Ricciardo, even though that is an Aston Martin, imagine it's a V-carb, because that's not what his team is. He is actually Bubba's teammate, who seems to go flying off the track, and so does Humph. But both of them making mistakes in towards turn 7, that is. But we're looking back towards the front again with George Gamer. He has the eagle eyes of Nivy right behind him. DRS from lap 2, remember. And Nivy is going to have said DRS on George Gamer, who doesn't have DRS on the McLaren car, who's rocketing away from this front pack, already pulling a 1.5 second lead. Will Nivy be trying to get past George Gamer to try and close that gap on Boomba, or will George be able to do it himself? We will see. We want to have a look at the action back here between the 2 V-carbs and Aston Martin, because this is a V-carb, even though it doesn't look like it. Even looks very Aston Martinic, it is a V-carb. But we want to look at this, because MJB has fallen behind Bubba when he tried to go for a move on Enelor. But I want to look at this actually from Ellie, who's going to be looking for a move, I think, on your boy Hobnob in the second McLaren, as the first McLaren is going absolutely flying. Looks like Nivy has got past George Gamer, but so is Hobnob getting past Camilo, and then Enelor gets past Camilo as well. So Camilo loses 2 positions, puts the kick Sauber into P5, so she is flying at the moment, as the second McLaren is holding her up massively onto the second DRS straight out of turn 3. She is flying down towards turn 4 with ease before the corner's even arrived. She is ahead, so that kick Sauber absolutely flying. She's going to have a nosebleed in that car, not normally up here, and she is very, very quick. We knew she's a quick driver. She's had some unlucky races, and she is absolutely flying. She's now going to try and close on the likes of George Gamer and Nivy, 2-second gap. And as we said earlier, Nivy did get past George Gamer, and he is very already hunting down Boomba. So it's now 1 from 1.5 to 1.1 already. Boomba's going to have to start looking in those mirrors in a minute, as Dommy has made it past Hump. So Dommy, who Driftmaster Dommy, through turn 10, has a little bit of a lock-up, goes from P1 to P12, and is already back up to P9. So good action from them, as MJB looks for a move on the inside of Bubba, very tight, but he has made it stick, and Camilo makes a mistake into turn 11, and he falls behind even further. So he's gone past Ellie and Hobnob, and he's now behind MJB and maybe Bubba as he goes around the outside of turn 13. Bubba in the V-carb with an outstanding move on Camilo. Camilo doesn't make that stick for him and goes back up the inside towards turn 14. Down the straight, sublime action as we head in towards turn 15 now to round off lap 3 onto lap 4 now, as Nivy is hunting down Boomba, and Camilo with the good defence and keeps Bubba behind. There's a huge train behind MJB though, all the way down to P11, and Reggie, who just gets overtaken by Race Rower into turn 1, with Jens up the inside of Reg. The 2 FIA members going side by side into turn 3. This is turn 2, now turn 3. They can have DRS as they go, we see yellow flag, and that's Bubba being sent off in towards turn 3. But we're looking at Reggie and Jens, who looks, actually no, we're looking at Jens. Jens has gone past Race Bro into turn 4. Very good move. Now heading towards turn 5. They're still side by side. Now they're not, because Reg is down and looking for a move on Race Blower. He's going to look for a dive bomb in towards turn 8. It looks like it. Ooh, he looks on the inside, but he doesn't make it. And who has made it? is Set Domi, who flies around the outside of turn 8, now heading towards turn 9, and Domi's just magically appeared out of nowhere and has got past Reg, so he's just surprised Reg out of nowhere, out of the dark, and the Red Bull is passed. We're going to jump back to the front fight, though, as Nivi is caught back up to Boomba. Those soft tyres already seem to be struggling, so that call that Boomba made to start on the softs was absolutely excellent for the lap, all the way up to lap 2. But where we are now, Nivi's already looking for a move in towards turn 14. He's a previous winner here. He knows how to do this track. He knows what he's doing. He's an expert. As we're now heading in towards the turn lap 5. Nivi in the Haas. DRS activated. ERS, I'm sure, will be flowing through that car. And he's already passed. Nivi has passed. Boomba's going to put up a side flight. No, he's not. Boomba sticks behind. George Gamer rounds off the podium at the moment, and he's going to be wanting to close up towards that pack as MJB gets past the second McLaren of Hobnob. Very good fighting. And once again, Graceborough and Jens are fighting quite hard. Domi has appeared out of nowhere, like he did on Dredge. Has appeared out of nowhere and is almost making a move on Jens, who's trying to make the move on the kick Sauber. Very close, pushing him through turn 3 into the DRS straight now. Jens, he looks to the inside. Domi looks to the inside. Both of them, Jens has been done by both, but he goes to the inside and makes a switch back. Jens and the Alpine. What a move. He falls down 2 positions and says no thank you and makes up 2 back again. So Jens in the Alpine is absolutely flying. Will Domi look towards the inside? He does. He makes contact. Domi with a little bit of lag as well, it looks like. Pushing Jens off the track. He's not going to be happy in that Alpine, as Domi does give a little bit of excess pushing. So that was a bit tight, but it does look like Domi's ahead, and that is it for now. But he goes wide in turn 10. Unsafe rejoin possibly, and that was wing damage. And that looks like for the Alpine getting wing damage. So that looks like Jens' race has gone from bad to worse, as he is now down to P11. Graceborough gets that pass. Obviously, it looks like Domi's going to get that pass, but Domi has wing damage as well. So both drivers getting wing damage from that incident. As they're going side by side in turn 12 there, into turn 13, still side by side. They're both with wing damage, going side by side through that corner, and ooh! Jens has been pushed off quite aggressively there, has given Reg the position, and Reg is now going to be looking for a move on Domi on the inside. Oh, Jens goes very deep and hits the Red Bull. Quite hard racing, maybe slightly unfair you could call, but it's hard racing, and they both come into the pit lane with wing damage. Reg managed to stay clean out of that, and just a little Jens gets a 10-second time penalty. The Jens won't be happy with that, as Domi retires in the pit lane as well. That's okay if you retire on pit lane, at least he didn't retire on track. V-Carb 20 has got form behind Hump, so Hump makes a good move, so he'll be happy with that. But this fight is still going on. Ellie has pulled a gap on this fight from P5 to P7, as it is Hobnob, MJB and Camilo looking for that P5 position, as Jens is still in the pit lane with his wing change, and it looks like he's going to be coming out just ahead of Appy at the moment. He's going to have Bubba and Lemmy behind him, but they'll be fighting to bring it up. They need a safety car quite badly at the moment to close back up on this fight. But Boom has got past Nivi, and they are going. There's a little bit of arguments in chat, but we're going to hope that I was just going to chill out a little bit. But at the moment, we're going to look at the fight at the front. Still between Nivi and Boomba, as I have a little sip of water. Boomba harvesting in towards turn 14. Nivi's going to see that, and he's going to rocket out of turn 14 into turn 15 and fly down this DRS straight. Maybe he's going to go for the move straight away. It does look like it, as he's already on the inside. He's passed and has a car length already made before turn 1 even arrives. Boomba struggling on ERS, still harvesting, so he's struggling a little bit. George Game has already fallen a bit behind, as we're going to look back to the P5 fight with MJB and Hobnob making the changes. So the Hobnob was ahead, he missed MJB getting past, and Hobnob is bowed back ahead. So that is Hobnob into P5 again. The Mercedes driver's switching. Oh no, we're not. We're seeing a pit stop already. So that is Humph already off the tyres he was previously on, which I'm not sure what he was, but he's onto the medium compounder tyres, it looks like, with an early pit stop. Will that guarantee him the two stop? I'd say so. I don't think he'll be able to bring mediums to the end. So that is a very brave strategy from Hump here today. Will we see that playing off for him? We might do. We might do. We need to watch this race layout. We're only getting started at the end of the day. It still has a long way to go on lap 7 of 29. At the moment, though, MJB is right behind Hobnob, who is very much hunting down the kicks out of Ellie, who's just gone into the DRS zone now. Not DRS window. So your boy Hobnob who is the McLaren, and it says captain, but that is your boy Hobnob, is right on the back of Ellie now. MJB even closer, and then Camilo just following behind with a bucket of popcorn, getting ready to pick up any scraps that might happen. We're going to look to the front fight though. Yeah, the first McLaren, Boomba, started in P2, maybe P3 I believe. He's going to be looking for P1 again, as Nivi and Boomba are just switching all the way every down this main straight. So they might be playing a bit of a game. DRS training as Ellie, she pits off of her mediums already. So the kick Sauber gets caught up by the cars behind and pulls it into the pit lane. She pulls the trigger very early and goes onto what looks like a hard compounder tyre, and it is. Will she be going to the end on this? We might see the hards going to the end. Unlike the mediums on Hump's car, we might see the hards going to the end. It'll be hard, quite literally. It might be hard, but we will see as it might go to the end. We'll see. Obviously, if there's a safety car, she'll 100% box and get a nice fresh set of tyres. And then she'll go to the end and have a lovely fresh set of rubber under her car. At the moment, though, we have Drews, who's Neon, in chat. He is there, screaming Hobnob's name, so he wants Hobnob to do well. But we're going to be looking at Nivi. He stays behind in the third DRS straight because he wants to get past on that main DRS straight. Now we're going to look at Hobnob. He's got Camilo right on his tail. Still sitting there with a bucket of popcorn. Yeah, he's still sitting there. He's just waiting. I had a lovely fight with him Friday too as he drifts through turn 11, that is. Long sweeping turns, quite hard to do. And then turn 12, right after it, the right-hander, is another very hard turn to get correct. As someone in chat we're going to have to ban, I'm afraid, because that is not acceptable. We don't swear in this chat. Family friendly, thank you very much. So, you've been banned. We're going to have a look as Nivi, as we say, he's just waited for the main straight on the DM pit straight, and he's ahead again. So Nivi has made the decision. He won't have DRS. Boomba have DRS again. Will he go for a move, or will they just continue what they've been doing all race and stay behind and get ready for the next year, the main straight once again? And that is what he's going to do. The current fight that I am interested in is MJB. MJB and your boy Hobnob, because these two are very close together. Camilo's still sitting there with his bucket of popcorn. That's family friendly. I'm happy with that, Neon. That's family friendly. I'll take that. Just enough. But we'll want to look at this. We're going to join Camilo in his car with his bucket of popcorn and watch this fight unfold ahead of him. So will MJB be looking for the move ahead in towards turn 9 and 10? No, probably not. It's a very brave place to go for a move. We've seen it happen before, but will we see it here? And we're going down on this DRS straight. We're going to jump into MJB's car. Doesn't look like it. MJB just kind of sitting behind him, playing the long game. They're both on the hards, and Camilo, who started on softs, is somehow still keeping up. Those softs must be screaming for extra help because they will be absolutely shattered already. Almost like me, very sleepy. It's almost 9 o'clock, it's bedtime, you know. Gender's bedtime is a very around the corner. We're all very tired. But these two at the front can't be tired because they are fighting for the CLR round 3 win in Thursday tier for season 4. Boomba and Nivi. Boomba getting past Nivi and back in the lead as they switch down the main straight once again for the next lap. Will we see this most of the race? I wouldn't be surprised if we do, as MJB does the same, but Camilo puts his bucket of popcorn down and looks for a move on the inside but thinks better of it, and your boy Hobnob only loses one position, and that is on MJB in the Aston Martin. We're going to have a quick look at the other drivers, some of them have made pit stops. We'll just show you who have made pit stops, and it is the backpack. So, what is very green V-carb at the moment, so that is the V-carb of Ricciardo 20. He is currently P7, in a world of his own at the moment, but he has Race Brower eagerly behind him, wanting to probably close up, as 20 is on very worn softs, and Race Brower is on very nice hards at the moment. They'll be fine at the moment. They'll be starting to get a bit tired, a little bit achy on that kick Sauber, but at the moment they're okay. We also have Reg, currently P9, teammates in P3, who's also in a world of his own. George Gamer hasn't really had much to do since lap 2, but his teammate even less to do, down in P9. Skull is the next driver, P10. Skull, we've seen him on the track a couple of times. We're going to have a quick chat about Skull, I think. Let's have a chat about Skull. So, Skull last season, he was in the Merc last season. Once again, Toto Wolff has liked what he saw and has kept him on. Skull last season got 2 podiums back to back. That was at Portugal and Canada. So we have seen the pace of this man. At the moment, He's not up there where he used to be. He's down in P10. So, sorry, Skull. We're going to have to change our plan. We're going to look at the front pack because they are coming in already. That is the likes of Nivi. We see George Gamer pulling the trigger. Boomba's pulled the trigger, and so has Camilo. We're going to change the tyre and see what they go on to. As MJB and your boy Hobnob on the hard compounder tyres stay out. Obviously, so does Racerar, and so does Ricciardo in the V-carb. I have to say V-carb, not Aston. But they stay out. Boomba, Nivi, George Gamer, and Camilo all go onto the hard tyres after their first pit stops. But it has got George Gamer with Skull ahead of him. He's also got his teammate ahead of him. So will we see the Williams team working together to try and, help each other? George's pit is just going up behind his teammate. He can now help his teammate to try and close up to the front a little bit, whilst George tries to catch up to Boomba and Nivi, who are still in the world of their own after their pit stop. We're going to watch George Gamer at the moment, who goes through turn 8 on lap 11 on these very fresh tyres, who's hunting down Skull. We say those hard tyres are okay, but compared to this fresh set that George Gamer has got on his lovely Williams car, they'll be absolutely awful compared to his. So, George Gamer, DRS, probably some ERS usage as well. Looks towards the outside of turn 11. The Skull keeps the inside, and he defends well, but he goes wide. And George Gamer with the beautiful switchback, and he has passed the higher end of Mercedes car compared to the low mid Williams car, and that is a good move from George Gamer on the fresh tyres. Very impressive, and he has now got his teammate 6 tenths ahead of him, now 5 tenths. He is hunting his teammate down. Will Reg put up a fight? I doubt it. We want to look at the fight ahead of us though, as Furious Lappy gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding the pit lane. In 20, Ricciardo in V-carb, you might have seen on Nivi's POV, just drifts into the pit lane. As we are talking about Nivi, goes back past Boomba, so they're still going fighting once again, each lap after lap, switching, and they are back ahead. Nivi back ahead. We might see this right to the final lap, and whoever does it on the final lap is going to win the race. But you never know, one of them might pull the trigger early on. Neon in chat says the best strat for this track is hard to soft or soft to hard for a 50% race. So, we saw Boomba go soft to hard. We've seen Nivi go medium hard, and the front three are going to probably go hard soft if we follow Neon's plan, his cunning plan. But we'll see. We might see some of them go mediums. Obviously, Nivi on the mediums has gone to the hards. He's just playing it safe, and it has paid off for him, as he is already 2.2 seconds behind Race Grower, and he has made an extra pit stop. So that's good strategy from these two. Nivi and Boomba, very quick. George has already got past Reg, and Reg is playing the game so smartly that he's already pulled a 2-second gap behind him, behind his teammate, and has held up Enlor and Skull massively. So George has gone massively between him and his competitors by his teammate holding up Ellie in the kick, and he is now fighting with Skull, and this is net position because they both haven't pit yet. Whereas Ellie has pit, so she is currently net P7, but the front three still have to pit, so she is probably going to come out ahead of them after their pit stops. Obviously, they'll come out on fresh tyres. Neon says the pit is around lap 18 to lap 21 for the hard compounder tyre runners, as Reg comes off of these mediums, and he'll be going on to the hard compounder tyres now. So Neon in chat says hard compounder tyres are going to be around 18 to 21. I'd agree with you, to be honest, if they go to softs. If they want to go mediums, I think they'll come in a little bit earlier, just to make sure they can get off the hards, which are going to be quite tight at the moment, and get those fresh tyres on the way, and get that, you know what they call it, the early undercut is what they call it, isn't it? They get the undercut off the drivers ahead. At the moment, we're looking at Jens. He's in the Alpine. His day has gone very poorly. He knows he's an unlucky driver, and today his unluckiness continues, shall I say. Down in P12, has been caught up in a couple of fights. But you know, it happens to the best of us, as we're getting a notification on Twitch. What is it? Open overlay. No. I don't know, to be honest. But we're going to continue going. I'd love to run an advert, so if anyone wants to cause a safety car, feel free. I'm joking. But we're going to keep on having a look at where the action is. And the action at the moment is between Racebrower, Boomba and Nivi, as Boomba's got past Racebrower, but Racebrower is holding up Nivi. So this is the chance right now for Boomba to launch away from Nivi, and he might actually end up getting away, and that'll be the race over. as if once you fall out of that second DRS, it's hard to get back in. So Nivi knows he has to get past Raceborough, and he has. No, he hasn't, because Raceborough is keeping his nose in there. But it looks like he's going to fall back out of turn 2, and he has. So the hard compound tyres, 10 laps fresher, we've seen the advantage, and Nivi has managed to get past and keep with the likes of the McLaren of Boomba. Raceborough looks to the inside, so he thinks better of it. He knows that's not his fight. He tried to mix up a little bit, but he knows it's not his fight, and he does stay behind. We did see MJB and your boy Hobnob getting very close on the first straight. You can see their time going down to almost like 2 tenths, but it's gone up to 6 tenths. MJB controlling the race at the moment. He's probably sitting there praying to the F1 gods for a safety car right now, because that would be perfect for our, I believe, race championship leader. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the championship standings. Oh no, the championship leader at the moment is your boy Hobnob. So this driver we're looking at right now is the McLaren driver of your boy Hobnob, and there actually is a yellow flag, and that is one of the Ferrari drivers, and that's Camilo. Turn 10, we've seen it before. Huge lock-up place to lock up, and he has made the lock-up in turn 10. Yellow flags were out, flying for a little bit, but he's got going again now, and you can see the tyre marks that would have wrecked his nice, fresh, hard tyres already, so he's not going to be happy, but that is the way the game runs sometimes, as your boy Hobnob, current championship leader, gets past MJB, as they are right on top of each other there. But we're going to go back to the championship standings. Your boy Hobnob and George Gamer both tied on 31 points. Then it's Nivi with 30 points. So our top 3 are covered by 1 point in the championship standings. And Nivi is currently net P2, sorry. As he's got Bimber ahead, and the 2 drivers ahead of them still need to pit. So net, Nivi is P2, which would put him first in the standings, ahead of Hobnob, ahead of George Gamer. And wherever George comes out, considering with your boy Hobnob's pit stop, we could see them 2 fighting and bringing the championship battle with a little bit more of an advantage, because at the moment there's 1 point in it, and that is very close. We also have Boomba, 23 points, closely behind, and MJB also on 23 points. So those 2 drivers both matching on points, and they're both very close. So the championship standings is still very, very close. Next is actually Jens. So Jens is the next driver, who's currently P6 with 22 points. So Jens has currently got himself back up to P12, and he's right on the back of the V-Carb driver of Ricciardo. So Ricciardo, who's also 21, he is, like I said before, in the Aston Martin, but he's actually a V-Carb driver, and he is actually P11 in the standings. So he's doing quite well at the moment. He'll be happy with his result. We're going to quickly go back to the Twitch so I can just see anyone in there. There's not anyone here at the moment. But we're going to keep going, as currently Nivi is still behind Boomba. But we know we've done it before, and we're going to probably see it again. Will we see Nivi going past Boomba? But no. Boomba's actually putting quite a little bit of a gap there. He had about an 8-tenth lead in towards the lap 16. And Nivi has closed it with DRS, but he hasn't got past. So it looks like Nivi is just going to stay behind for another lap here, which is interesting, because we have seen we saw them switching each lap, but Nivi has stayed behind for another lap. So that's interesting. We're seeing some changes now. We're seeing a couple of changes at the head, up at the top. MJB and your boy Hobnob still going at it. 15 laps they've been on those tyres now. On lap 16, will we see them pitting for the medium compound tyres, like Neon said in the chat? We'll see them extending to try and go for the softs towards the end. Who knows? We will see. At the moment, though, there's not much of a fight going on, as Raceborough is just trying to keep up. But at the back, there is a yellow flag. That's Reg getting past Camilo. And it also looked like, yeah, Jens is in the pit lane. So I'm going to quickly join my Xbox party again. That is Jens pit boxing again. That'll be for his 2nd pit stop of this race. Fresh Hards. He's currently in P14 as Lemmy also boxes. Yep, that's Lemmy boxing. So Lemmy's also boxed in P15. He's going to be going for a fresh set of tyres, and it looks like Hards. As I quickly stop for a drink of water before I lose my voice. But as Min, Lemmy is now officially lapped. Lemmy is now 1 lap down from the leaders. So he's not going to be happy about that. The Ferrari driver, his season has gone pretty poorly so far for him. So he's going to be looking for an improvement, not this race, but into round 4, which will take us, I believe it's a bit of a flyover from Bahrain. Let's have a quick look at the calendar, shall we? If you want to have a find out what the calendar is, or join in with this action. The Discord is in the Twitch description, and you can feel free to join in with all this action that you are seeing on track at the moment, as Lemmy is just getting lapped by the kick Sauber of, I believe, Enelor. Oh no, sorry, that is Racebro. He's the lead kick Sauber, with Enelor very close behind him. We're still seeing Nivi stay behind Boomba, but as I was saying before, we're going to have a flyover from Bahrain in the Middle East all the way over to North America, which is going to be Mexico. So we're going to see Mexico next week. Yep. And we're also going to have to fly over there tomorrow for Las Vegas. So we're going to be in Las Vegas there for Friday tier. But at the moment, we're still in Bahrain. We're still in the Middle East before we head over for our North American portion. And we are seeing Nivi just sitting behind Boomba. And also the same for Hobnob, the other McLaren, who is sitting behind MJB. So one driver's leading the train, one driver's behind the train. It's only a little train. And it is Neon in chat saying, Viva Mexico. And sadly he's missing Smo. Where are you, Neon? You said you're at a tournament. What tournament are you doing? You doing a fun tournament? Anything exciting? As at the moment, the excitement's at the back of the pack between... Oh, no, it's not. In the middle of the pack. As Racebro goes wide. No, sorry, that's not Racebro. That's the Williams. That's George Gamer. So George Gamer was ahead of Racebro. He's now behind, as that's Psycho Lemmy, the lap car, just kind of chilling in the middle of them two. As George Gamer loses position down to P6. He's not going to be happy with that. But the action I wanted to see was Humped, Reggie, and Camilo. As George Gamer and Racebro are still going hammer and tong. But I want to have a look at this fight. Humph goes to the inside. There seems to be weaving a little bit. Maybe those tyres, those hard tyres, are still a little bit chilly after coming out of those blankets in the pit lane. Neon says he's got a curling tournament in Sydney. Ooh, how exciting. Sydney. We've got to fly over to Sydney. And $1,000 of prize money if you win. So, good luck. I hope you do well, Neon. Let us know in the Discord how you do, because I think a lot of drivers will be interested to see if you win or not, because everyone wants to know if you're winning. And pre-ad rules are on, so I'm sorry if you're going to get an advert. There's no time to run an advert. I am going to run a 1 minute advert now, as the race has kind of calmed down a little bit, and I will see you in a minute. Love you too, Neon. Love you too. But I'm going to continue going, because not all of you will get an advert. And at the moment, we are seeing the fight between Racebro and the laps car of Lemmy. They're both going actually quite tight. There's obviously Lemmy is ghosted, as he is a laps car, but they're fighting like it's between 1 and 2, like it's their MJB and your boy Hobnob. But currently, Racebro has fallen off, obviously on the used hard tyres. Lap 17, he's been on those 4, so 17 laps as the front 2 do box. 35 seconds left of the advert, so people can come back after the advert and see a big position change, as that is put Boomba and Nivi back into P1 and 2. We do see a split strategy. MJB onto the softs, and we see your boy Hobnob onto the mediums. Interesting. We did see Boomba and Nivi having that, and they were about the same pace near the end with DRS. But I think if MJB falls out of DRS, he could be in trouble. So he's got to play his game these tyres very safely. Ooh, we also see Enelor back up to P5. Her teammate right ahead. Will we see the Kick Saubers working together, or are we going to see a bit of an inter-team battle? Neon says with mediums are safe for sure. I think so. Softs is a risky game, as Bubba also pits right at the back of the pack. There's a yellow flag though. That is Skull in the Mercedes. He's spun, and that is giving MJB and your boy Hobnob a bit of a gap and the position as well. As Racebro does get out of the way of the V-Cob, kicks Alba of Enelor and runs very wide through turn 10. So Racebro's tyres are screaming for help, and I believe he'll probably come into the pit lane this lap to get a fresh set of maybe softs, or he'll play it safe and go for mediums. Let's wait and see. We want to have a look at the fight that I wanted to look at beforehand until the action happened between the Humph, Reggie and Camilo. Camilo's still got that bucket of popcorn in his hand, but he's still racing like it's a championship fight, and he is right up behind Reggie at the moment. Reggie is just fallen out of DRS, and he doesn't have said DRS, so onto the third DRS straight. Camilo looks to the inside, and he has got past, putting Reggie into the final point scoring position. They are fighting for the wooden spoon, but they're fighting hard, and that's what we like to see in the Charging League racing. Humph has pulled a bit of a lead though. He's pulled 1.5 seconds, as MJB and your boy Hobnob have got past Racebro. Racebro is now in the pit lane. He's going to his kicks out of pit box right near the end of the pit lane and puts on a nice fresh set of the red wall tyres. If you don't know, that's the soft compound tyres, and if you don't know what that means to you, that is where they're the fastest tyres. And you might think, why does everyone not use the red wall compound? Well, they're very, very not durable. I don't know what the other word is, but they do not last a long time. And they will wear within laps. They will instantly burn up. Obviously, in the Middle East, the track temp is going to be rocketing up, and those tyres will rocket down in performance. So the longer you are, the longer you go on them, the lower performance, as they get more and more worn. More and more little stones and rocks and other things on the track gets caught on the tyres and just rips up the rubber, and the tyres do eventually die. Whereas these hard tyres, the likes of Jens, who's been on them for 4 laps, they are very, very durable and will last all the way to the end of this race. So 9 laps, he will have done 11 laps on these hards, and he'll come out of the car and they'll be fine. So you can see the difference between the tyres. We'll have less pace, but they'll last longer, which means towards the end of his stint, we'll have more pace. Even though he's far behind, that is how it works if you are interested. The mediums is a fine in between. It's fine in between. They have pace, but they last a medium amount of time. So yeah, as Neon says in chat, mediums are very safe for sure. So if you want to play for the medium game, you can do. But also in F1, you have to switch between compounds. You have to use the hards or the mediums at least once. At least once in your race, and you can't use the same tyre twice. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. Twice. You cannot use the same tyre twice, as long as you pit for a different tyre. So if you went hard in a race, that's not allowed. You have to use hard medium or hard soft. Or if you went hard and then box at the end for softs, that's allowed. You just have to make sure you're using 2 different compounds within a race. I'm just trying to explain it for the people that might not understand, but if that is how it works. They're the rules. It's a bit confusing, but all the drivers at the moment have played their strategies right and have no risk of being disqualified. So it looks like Jens is in chat. Neil is saying Jens might catch Chameleon and Reg if they keep fighting. They are fighting hard, and Jens is closing up a little bit. He says he doesn't care, but I think he is closing, and he might close up. 14.5 seconds. He's on his way. He is on his way. He must be texting and driving. Don't do that. It's not good. Don't text and drive. Focus on your race, and you might close up to the drivers ahead. Neon says that you might. I'll make you a barbecue. Neon says that if Jens catches up to this fight that we're looking at the moment, he'll make Jens a lovely barbecue. So we're going to watch Kamidu on the back of Reg. Goes to the inside turn 11. No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it and sticks behind. Ferrari driver, he wants higher positions at the moment. He's a quick driver, but he has been stuck behind the man from Brighton, Reggie. Who else is in a fight? Let's have a look for someone else, shall we? Let's turn off this bit and let's have a look. Who have we got? We got Appy in the pit lane. He's come off his tyre and he's gone into a nice, fresh, spanking set of a medium. So he'll be happy on them. That'll take him to the end for sure. And yeah, he'll be happy on them. Boomba. 1 race winner in CLR, and that was last Thursday tier at Abu Dhabi. After the penalties, he went from P8 to P1, so I think it was P8 to P1. If you want to have a find now, like I say, join the Discord and have a look, sign up and have a look at the standings on what is it? It's instant outcomes, and you can see the head FAA member. That is, who's that? The Sleepy Stuff. Put out the results, and you can see the changes after the race. Obviously, when I announce the race results after the race finish, it's not always the final result, as there can be penalties after the race. We may see them after today. We'll see. I think these two have played the race very, very well and very, very sensibly. And I think these two will probably round off our top 2 positions. And I think George Gamer, he might do, but he has got MJB and Enelor and also your boy Hobnob hunting him down. Enelor's been on those tyres for a little bit longer than George Gamer, I believe. So I will quickly just show you how long has he been on those. She been on those tyres. 14 laps, 2 laps longer. Oh, voice crack, beautiful. 2 laps longer than, 3 laps longer than George, but also 11 laps longer than MJB, the man from the Netherlands. So, and he's on softs. So Ellie, she's going to be struggling a little bit on those tyres. She's going to try and keep up with MJB because he will pull her along towards George, but it'll be hard because MJB is a very quick driver and a very quick set of tyres, as he is eyeing up that podium position of George Gamer. Anyone want to provide me some racing action? We're going to have a look back at the B-Cup driver in the Aston Martin. Oh no, we're not. We're going to look over here as there's a 3-wide battle between Camilo, Reg and Skull. Camilo gets past Reg on the inside, now outside, back on the inside for turn 3. Oh, very hard racing. Very clean but hard. as Reg has been done by Camilo. Reg goes back to the inside though of turn 4 as we're on the helicopter cam. Very hard racing, very wide corner into towards turn 4 and now 5 as Camilo has held the position ahead of Reg. So good fighting between the two, and it has kept Camilo ahead of Reg into P11. Skull's going to be right ahead of them on the fresh softs he's just boxed onto. So 2 laps he's on those tyres. So he's going to be trying to pull away. It looks like Camilo makes a mistake towards turn 9. Reggie goes towards the inside and he makes a lovely dive bomb in towards turn 10. Beautiful move there. Camilo back on the inside out of turn 10. He's going to have the DRS. No, he's not. Neither of them have DRS. So it's just a drag race towards turn 11. Side by side. Camilo on the inside. Reg on the outside. Reg with the better traction. And he is ahead into turn 11. So good fight between these two. Providing the fight in action I asked for. So thank you very much. They're going to be going towards it. Going at it towards the end of the race, I believe. The 2 at the head. 2 at the head. 2 at the front. Are fighting very hard, and it looks like there's a yellow flag, and that is Camilo. So Camilo makes a second spin this race and has pulled this fight in that I wanted to see away from me, as Reg has now got a 9-second lead ahead of Camilo, which is a shame. I'll have a quick sip of water as I slowly lose my voice, as you might hear. As Camilo boxes, Camilo comes in the pit lane and he has a 10-second speeding penalty. He'll be on for a set of softs, I assume. No, that's the mediums. So he's on the yellow wall tyre, onto a set of mediums. He must have been struggling with tyres, so he must have not had a fresh set of softs available. And that has put Jens back into the points. Neon's happy to see that. I think a lot of people will be happy to see that, especially the likes of his teammate, Max Tier. Like I said earlier on, down in Egypt, down in the Middle East. He's actually very close to this track at the moment, in the Middle East, watching his teammate from abroad. And his teammate's not doing the best, but he is in the points, and that is what matters. Every point counts at the end of this extremely long 20-round season. Round 3 we're on the moment. But we want to see what goes on at every single race. Every single race. So make sure you're tuning in to the CLR Twitch every weekend, every Thursday. Obviously, I might not be here next week, so who knows what will happen for next week. Well, who knows? There might be a special occasion. It might be a bit of a special occasion. You will see. You have to make sure you tune in to find out. As it looks like George Gamer and Lemmy are still fighting, hammer and tong, even though he's a lap car. But more importantly, MJB has closed back up onto George Gamer. He's on the fresh softs, and he's went from 4.2 seconds to 0.2 seconds within about 6 laps. So that's interesting. MJB is now on for a podium. Will we see this Aston Martin car getting past the Williams? I think the Williams driver of George Gamer is going to fight this one very, very hard, as he knows this podium is crucial for his championship chances. And the same does MJB though. MJB also knows he needs this podium, because Nivi, if Nivi wins this race, Nivi's going to have a flying advantage as Humph and one of the Mercedes cars spins in sector 2, and it just puts Skull ahead of him. So he doesn't lose too much. It just means the other Mercedes car gets ahead. But we are looking at this fight. MJB practically bumper carring George Gamer along. Here as we come in towards the end of lap 25 at the moment. The front 2 are already on 26 now. But 25 is what we're on with the Aston Martin. As we're coming across the line, finishing lap 25 to lap 26, and we are flying towards turn 1 to the outside with the Aston Martin. He's already passed in towards turn 1, and George Gamer tucks in very nicely behind the Aston Martin, but he wants that back. He wants that back as soon as possible. He wants to make sure he is in this fight till the very end. Lap 26 to 29. He looks to the inside of turn 4 on the Aston Martin of MJB. George Gamer on the inside gives him a little bit of a push. He's right on board on the T-cam, right above George Gamer's head as there's a little bit of fighting. I want to see what's going on as we go to MJB, and it's very close fighting. But George Gamer's put himself back ahead as your boy Hobnob gets past Enlaw, but there's fighting, and Enlaw gets past on the outside of turn 7 into turn 8. She's on the inside and just gives your boy Hobnob enough of a squeeze to keep ahead, but your boy Hobnob thinks better of it on that McLaren car, fresh mediums, and he's on the inside of Ellie into turn 10, fighting very hard, but he tucks in behind, gets the DRS as we go on board, gets the DRS, goes to the inside. Now we're in turn 11 here, out of the final DRS straight of lap 26. Ellie keeps ahead though. The boy Hobnob gets squeezed by Ellie. Hard racing between these two. Ellie's fighting hard on these hard tyres. very worn tyres, but she's ahead. Won't be for long, as your boy Hobnob will have DRS once again, unless Ellie defends. We're going to keep on fire and watching on board with these two, because I want to see if Ellie can defend this McLaren for another lap. She's done it for one lap. She's got 3 more to do it on, as we are heading towards the end of this race now. Your boy Hobnob, with DRS, with the battery, flies to the outside of Ellie in the Kick Sauber and demotes Ellie down to P6. Good result at the moment still for her, but I feel like she still wants that P5. Deep down she wants that P5, and she is going to make sure she gets that set at P5 as she goes in towards the second DRS straight out turn 3. She's on the inside. She's going to use everything she's got in that Kick Sauber on the inside turn 4 as they go side by side. Once again, a little bit of ghosting there. She makes a little bit of a mistake with a tank slapper, and that has given your boy Hobnob a little bit of a lead there. So she won't be happy. There's a little bit of a mistake from her, but she's still within DRS, and that is enough for her to maybe keep fighting towards the end, as we're going to look a bit more further ahead. George Gamer got ahead of MJB. MJB got back ahead of George Gamer as Enlaw gets back past your boy Hobnob, as we missed that. So we missed one, go back to the other, and they missed the other. So, oh well, we're going to have a look at this one. No, we're not. We're going to have a back look at this one. We're going to have a look at Hobnob and Enlaw. Once again, your boy Hobnob looks to the inside of turn 11, and we've seen this one before as Ellie on the outside of turn 11 keeps the position towards turn 12, now 13. But she's still got the position, and then that's a very good fight from these two. So turn 13 we're in right now. Your boy Hobnob sticks behind Ellie. She knows what she's got to do, and she is doing it to absolute perfection in P5 at the moment. Very good fight in between these lot. I don't know who to watch, because I want to have a look at both of these fights. I'm going to have a watch back at George Gamer, because he is going back past MJB for the final podium position. The front two have sealed and dealed this podium, but P3 isn't sealed and dealed. We still have the fight on our hands onto the penultimate lap of this race. And also for P5, to round off the top 5, we have your boy Hobnob and Enlaw fighting out. Enlaw is on the inside now towards turn 4. Your boy Hobnob gives a little bit of a squeeze. Enlaw gives it back though, because she knows how to race, and she is passed before turn 4, unlike last time. Does she make the tan slapper like last time on lap 27? She doesn't. Your boy Hobnob though tries to look for a move in towards turn, this is 6, now 7, but he doesn't go for it and thinks better. As he stays behind, but in towards turn 8, tries to look for a move on the inside, thinks better of it and ends up on the outside. Very, very fair from him. Almost wanted to be hit the inside of Ellie, but decided it is just better for him to avoid a collision. So good racing as he stays behind here. We're going to have a look back at MJB as we ride on board with the Aston Martin car. These soft tyres might be able to get past the hard tyres, but like I said, they wear out very, very quickly. And I think we've reached that stage as we're going to have a look at the front two. Boomba towards the final lap of the race. This is probably the most important battle we might see, as Nivi needs this win to pull as much an advantage in the championship standings as he can. He does just about get DRS, but I think Boomba might have sealed and dealed the second win in a row for this man. So Boomba hasn't won a race before in CLR. He won't be going to season 4. He's now won 2 back-to-back before round 4. So that's impressive. But well, I say he has. No, he hasn't. We've still got a lap to do as we're heading towards the end of Sector 1. Nivi is going to give this everything as he now wants this win. Furious Happy gets a 3-second time penalty for warnings. And we also have a fight for P3 and there's a fight for P5. But I want to have a look at this fight for P1. At the moment, we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. We have the fight for P1 right on still, as Boomba does put another second. The Boomba's pulled a second before the final DRS straight, which might seal his fate as the winner of round 3. Nivi's going to give everything he's got to ensure that doesn't happen. Does he get DRS though? That's the question we have. And no, Nivi doesn't get DRS. Boomba and Nivi have played this game very, very well here today. But it looks like Boomba will come out on top. We're going to jump back to the mid-pack. Well, I say mid-pack, but it's actually just P3. It looks like MJB has sealed off that podium position with George Gamer in P4. Looking at P5 though, this is where the fight is, as P1 has been sealed and dealed. Your boy Hobnob looks to the inside of turn 11, doesn't make it stick and falls behind. Ellie ahead, she's got the better battery at the moment, in towards turn 12. Final bit of sector 2 here, now turn 13. Ellie has got the position ahead as there's a fight at the back for the wooden sprint between Bubba and Camille. But Boomba has finished the race as a CLR, 2-time race winner now. Nivi gets P2, then MJB rounds off on the podium, George Gamer, and then that is it for now as Ellie, does she keep P5? That'll be her best result in CLR, and it looks like it. The boy Hobnob stays behind for P6. Good result for McLaren, and kicks Sauber as well, P5 and 7. They'll both be happy about that, as it looks like... Ooh, what did he come out ahead? What is the penalty for Racebar? Only 3 seconds. So Racebar gets P7. Good race from Racebar. Good recovery from his qualifying. He wasn't happy with his qualifying, I don't believe, as he improves by 4 places. Skull up him towards P8. Good result from him. He loses position from qualifying, but I think he'll be happy with that. And then next across the line is Ricciardo, 20, in the Aston Martin. He's actually the V-Carb driver. He gets P9. Then the second Mercedes come across the line. He has Humph. He gets P10. As Furious Appy and Lemmy, the lap cars, come across the line for P15 and 16. Reg is your next car across the line in the Williams. He gets P11. And then the round off the points scoring positions is the Alpine driver of a Jordan Hall. Finally, we have Camilo and Bubba, who are going side by side. This is for P13 and 14. Camilo with a penalty, but who's going to win it on track between these two? Bubba on the outside of turn 14. He's got the better traction. Does he keep it ahead? It doesn't look like it. It looks like Camilo's got the position. As we ride off board, it's going to be side by side in towards the end, and it looks like Bubba does do him just about on track. But with penalties anyway, Camilo does fall behind. So, that does round off round 3 of Thursday tier for season 4. That was a hard race. The top 2, congratulations to you both, between Boomba and Nivi. Very hard racing. If I had to give a driver of the day today, as Boomba does a somersault onto the podium, I think I'd give my driver of the day to... Who would I give my driver of the day to? That's a hard one, you know. I would say my driver of the day goes to probably... I don't know, you know. Everyone could deserve it. I'm going to have to say Boomba and Nivi. I think Boomba and Nivi both deserve driver of the day for the class they've showed out on the track today. Complete domination from them both. I think both of them deserve driver today. I don't think I can give it to just one driver, as I think them two deserve to share the commentator's driver of the day at round 3 at Bahrain. But that does round off today's race. Obviously, I appreciate you joining in the Twitch chat. If you're joining in on YouTube after the race, welcome. Welcome to the YouTube. And if you're just rewatching the Twitch after the race, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I tried my best. The drivers out there today also tried their best. Beamer, though, he's the one that came out on top. Good result from them. But at the end of the day, we have another race winner. And we are now looking towards Friday tier. That's tomorrow. And that will be done by George Gamer, who will be commentating. And then that'll be at Las Vegas. And then we'll be looking towards next week at Mexico over for Thursday tier. So, well done to the 17 drivers today who raced very hard and very, very fair, I'd say, for the majority of them. So, well done for everyone from CLR. That has been me and the CLR team. We thank you very much for joining in today, and we will see you tomorrow with George Gamer. Thank you and good night.